We excluded my brother's rude girlfriend from our wedding. She threw a fit.
Get out of here.
Hi, everyone. I'm in a tough spot and not sure if I'm in the wrong. Don't worry, we'll tell you. John, what do you think? Wrong or right?
Wrong.
I, 30 male, am getting married in 3 months to my fiance, 28 female, which is the same age as my mom birthed me.
Nice.
And we decided to keep the ceremony pretty small, about 50 guests, mostly close family and dear friends. We don't really have the money for any more people. And by the way, this comes from Joseph Wetter. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/okstorytime.reddit. So my brother, 35 male, has been dating a woman. Let's call her 32 female, Anna, for about a year. They're not married and don't live together yet, but they're clearly serious. However, Anna has been a problem since the beginning. In the few instances we've interacted, she's made some snide comments about my fiance and our wedding choices. For example, she criticized the fact that we're having a child-free wedding. She said, our menu sounds too basic. Too basic. We chose traditional Italian food, nothing fancy. What? Do you have something wrong with pasta?
Salami.
Hey, you know what? I only want to know one thing. Where's the gabagool?
Mozzarella balls.
I love my cousin's fresh ziti. Come on. Oh, it's delicious. I've been watching a lot of Sopranos, so I know a lot of Italian dishes now. Once in front of the whole family, she joked that she doesn't see our marriage lasting long. My fiance feels uncomfortable around Anna, and honestly, I do too. When we sent out the invitations, we only included my brother, assuming the reason would be obvious. We don't want Anna with us at all. Get her off the guest list. Get her off with her head. Put her in the stocks.
Oh, man.
Give her some cement shoes.
You love those stocks, man.
Let her float to the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, jeez.
You know, maybe she can annoy some fish. Well, it wasn't. When Anna found out she wasn't invited, she blew up. An explosion enough to melt steel beams, they say. She called me saying it's a matter of respect. As my brother's partner, she would automatically get an invite, the auto invite. My brother agrees with her and even threatened not to come if we don't invite her too. Now my parents have stepped in, saying it's just one day and we should try to keep the peace in the family. But my fiance and I feel like inviting Anna would mean sacrificing our comfort on one of the most important days of our lives. If Anna's literally in the pew being like, that ain't gonna last while they're getting married, like, do you take that person to be your thing forever? She's like, no way they could do that.
Does anyone object? Yeah, she a hoe.
Yeah, she a hoe. Yeah.
And I'm not telling you need to go to Jesus, but you definitely can't stay here.
Yeah. I'll send you to Jesus.
Ooh. Door hits you where the good Lord split you.
I don't want to exclude my brother, but I don't think I'm obligated to invite someone who has been disrespectful to us. So, am I the a-hole? We're going to dive into it. But chat, what do you think? John, what do you think? Let me know.
I think, and it reminds me again of the crimes of
the crimes. Well, they're crimes against humanity, dear sir. They're crimes against all things that are good. First,
yes,
OP's brother's girlfriend, who they're serious, by the way, said that won't last long.
Terrible.
The marriage, talking about the marriage, and has talked about how Italian food ain't up to snuff.
Wow.
Which Italian cuisine, I would like to say, is the backbone of this country.
Right.
And it's just a general tool bag. Just a bag of tools. None of them useful, actually. It's like a bag. It's like a bag of tools, but like all the tools are like those, like not the Phillips heads. They're the flat ones.
Yep.
And
This is
like,
Phillips head, right?
No, Phillips head is
that's the 4.
It's like imagine what Phillips head looks like.
Looks like a head.
It looks like a dome.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Got that dome piece on.
Got that dome. You got that dome. But yeah, no, that Anna does not deserve.
Okay. At first, I was thinking like, hey, if anyone doesn't want to come, if you don't want someone to come to your wedding, it's generally your wedding. Like do what you want. Hearing the crimes listed back out again, other than her being like just some like, oh, this person just sucks. Those two things she said are definitely terrible, but I don't know if that's worth it yet.
Then have her at your wedding.
I
How about your wedding,
That's
John?
what I'm thinking about.
If you like her so much.
I'm not saying.
Sounds like you love her.
No, I don't. Do not. No, I do not.
John wants to marry Anna.
That is
Completely
factually
John have a
incorrect.
girlfriend fry.
All right.
In hot water.
Take her out.
Yeah.
Go to jail.
Yeah.
Underwater. Jail.
Yeah.
There
Put
he
her in
is
stocks.
with the
Throw
fishes.
tomatoes at her.
Annoy
Get her
them.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
it
what
is.
I'm talking about.
There you go.
I thought we almost lost him.
Oh man, man was in hot water.
Yep. We should have a picture of his girlfriend like right there, so like he never acts up again.
Right? I could just go,
Yeah.
yes.
It would be funny to have a picture of Naima in the back on your side.
Just like her face.
Yeah,
watching
just
over
like
you,
looking, like
right
glaring
here.
at John.
Like right
Staring
here,
down.
like right in this
Just be
area.
we got some comments. You are absolutely not obligated to invite someone, and you have multiple valid reasons.
Mm-hmm.
1, you chose to have a small wedding with limited guests, which is absolutely your prerogative. She has repeatedly made snide comments about your wedding choices. She's even gone so far as to say she doesn't see the marriage lasting long. Who would ever invite someone who felt like that about their marriage to come celebrate it with them? Keeping the family peace should be said more often to the problem person, not the victims of the crappy behavior. Why aren't your parents encouraging your brother to keep the peace by accepting your choices for your own wedding? He also needs to understand that his girlfriend's own crappy behavior is the reason she's not invited.
Ooh.
At the end of the day, I'd stand your ground. He can either attend or not. And likewise for your parents. Ooh, extends to the parents.
Whoa.
We got a reply from OP, but what do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, parents and like already at the brother. I'm like, I mean, I want my brother. You know what I think this is? I feel like they're like,
Well, if you want the parents to come, why don't you let them to your
go to the ocean. Parents, ocean, brother, ocean, aunts, cousins, uncles, ocean, ocean, ocean,
ocean?
ocean.
Yeah, like 1970s trash. Like, oh, if we just shoot all the trash in the ocean,
Oh, wow.
that'll be fine.
That's crazy. They did that.
I'm doing it.
That looks great.
Okay, cool. I'll do it.
Yeah, but what do you really think, John?
I really think that, man, like the brother is already like, I want to invite the brother. Now the parents, like, I don't know, like, unless we get a list of like other reasons why they're being disrespectful to OP, I don't have enough evidence yet that they deserve to be uninvited. I know it's serious. I know the Anna's serious with the brother, but give us more details because I don't have enough yet.
Well, John, I am so glad you asked because we got a reply from the one, the only OP. OP replied, "Thank you for all this. You've summed up my feelings better than I could have myself. I completely agree that keeping the peace should be directed at the person causing the conflict, not to the people dealing with it.
True facts.
My parents seem to think that keeping my brother happy is the easiest way to avoid drama. But that just leaves me and my fiancé to carry the burden. It's frustrating because we've done nothing to provoke Anna. Her behavior is the root issue here. As much as I want my brother there, I feel like inviting someone who openly disrespects us would set a bad precedent for the future. And also it's just like, it's like bad vibes. Like it could invite bad spirits and bad juju into your wedding ceremony.
It's true.
It's like if you're becoming a made man and you see a crow in the window, like, I mean, what does that mean?
There's a crow
In the
And
window.
It's in the window.
It's in the window. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it could be a bad thing. It's not just about the wedding day, though. It's about standing up for what it's right.
Ooh,
For what's right. It's about standing up for what's right.
Say it again.
Say it again. Hallelujah. Preach to us, because we will tell you.
Oh yeah.
If that costs me some family goodwill, I guess that's a trade I am willing to make. Thanks again for the validation. Sometimes you just need to hear from someone else to feel less crazy. But guess what? There's more to the story. Oh my God. Comment too. Just tell him she doesn't support your marriage. And as this day is literally you getting married, why would she want to come? Also, the wedding is child-free, so she couldn't come anyway.
Ooh.
Burn.
Now that is good.
Oh.
Commenter number 2
Whoa.
going crazy.
Whoa.
I love to see
Say
it.
it again.
Say it again.
Say it again. Say it again. Say it again. What? Say it again. Also, the wedding is child-free, so she couldn't come anyway.
He said it again.
He said it again. Ask your parents why you can't keep the peas in the family for just one gosh darn day. Looks like they have revealed who the golden child is. And OP replied, actually, my parents are very protective about me, but sometimes it seems like this makes them feel guilty about my brother. So they became extra sensitive about issues between us. Don't know if this makes sense. And comment 3, unless your parents are paying, they have no say. You don't have to like who your sibling does. Do what you want at your wedding. If people don't like it, they're not people who have your back. Oprah replied, thank you, no. We did it with our own strength. Also because we wanted to do it on our own terms, in terms of not having their parents pay for it.
Yeah.
And we got a little update.
Oh, baby.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for your comments and advice on my original post. It was incredibly helpful to read different perspectives, and I'm happy to share an update now that the situation has been resolved.
Ooh.
After reflecting on everything, I decided to have a direct conversation with my brother. I explained that the decision to not invite Anna wasn't about disrespecting their relationship, but about the hurtful comments she made.
That's true. That's big facts.
That is big facts.
Biggest facts.
And how they made my fiance and me feel. I told him that our wedding is a day for us to feel safe and supported. And I wasn't willing to compromise on that. At first, my brother was defensive, but eventually he admitted he hadn't realized how much Anna's words had affected us.
There you go.
I also made it clear that if Anna truly wanted to come, she would need to reach out to us, acknowledge the past behavior, and commit to being respectful at the wedding.
Yes.
To my surprise, Anna actually texted me yesterday. She apologized for her comments, saying she didn't realize how much they hurt us. She promised to behave appropriately and assured me that she wanted to celebrate our big day without causing drama. Pause here.
Hey.
Do we want that? Do we like that? Do we want it? Do we like it?
I mean, I like it. I like it a lot. Do we like it enough to bring her back in the wedding? Is it enough evidence against from what we know, long history of
long history. Long history. While I'm still cautious, I appreciated her effort and sincerity. So I agreed to let her come with clear boundaries in place. One thing I really want to highlight is how much my parents stepped up after our initial conversations. When I told them how important it was for my fiance and me to feel supported, they even talked to my brother and reminded him that this is our day and that respecting our choices should be the priority. Their support made a huge difference, and it honestly strengthened my resolve to stick to what felt right for us. The final agreement is this. Anna will attend the wedding. The problem person is there.
Whoa.
Yep.
Big moves.
But only under the condition that she respect our boundaries. If there's any inappropriate behavior, my fiance and I reserve the right to ask her to leave by force, by beheading.
Wow, that's...
Leave this earth. Leave this earth.
It's pretty intense.
Yep.
Pretty extreme.
We'll keep the head there, though.
Wow.
Body
Goodness
leaves.
gracious.
Head on the chair.
Oddly specific.
You can still watch. Your ghost will be there. Question: if you get decapitated, does your ghost stay with the body or the head?
If I get decapitated, does my ghost stay with the body, or it doesn't stay with either? It just goes.
Nothing gets past him. Nothing gets past him.
Goes to Ghostland.
She agreed, and my brother seemed relieved that we found a solution. We're now feeling much more at peace and excited about the wedding. Thank you again to everyone who commented. You gave the clarity and confidence to navigate this situation in a way that worked for us. We do have some comments.
Okay.
To all the people still crying about whether the apology was genuine or not, you clearly don't understand how to handle real-life situations. It doesn't matter if she meant it. What matters is that the responsibility is off my shoulders and onto my brother. If she screws up, she's finally the one who will take the fall, and I won't have to deal with the fallout. That's how you handle people like this. You don't waste time demanding sincerity from someone who's already shown you who they are. You put them in a position where they have everything to lose. Sit back and move on with your life. Try it sometime. Whoa. OP is not holding back.
Just really going for it over there.
Yeah, just shopaying. Wing, zoom, zoom. That's a bullet, kind of like.
Oh, wow.
and it's like
The ricochet.
yeah, the ricochet, and it's like, oh, it's killing everyone.
Ouch.
All the wedding guests are now also decapitated.
All the heads and the
It's
ghosts.
like that scene in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Remind me.
What? Whenever he has. and he
Oh
has the arrow-
yes, yeah.
Yes.
That
yes.
exactly.
That was for Sam, not you.
yeah.
I've seen them all. Maybe I haven't.
No, you definitely seen one.
You've had to.
I've definitely seen one. Yeah.
Yeah. You saw the second one, didn't you?
On the plane. The one with the grandpa.
Yeah.
Remember, yeah, you told me about that one.
Maybe I didn't see
You
the
find
first
his
one.
father.
You know, but he's in that one. I'm so glad to hear things worked out in the end. It sounds like you handled the situation with a lot of maturity and care. Setting clear boundaries and having that direct conversation with your brother was the right move. Yondu. Yep. It's great that Anna took responsibility for her comments and that your parents had your back into supporting your decisions. It must feel like a weight has been lifted. And I'm sure your wedding day will be much more peaceful and enjoyable now. Wishing you and your fiancé all the best.
There we go.
And OP replies, definitely a big ol' weight has been lifted from my shoulders, and now I can enjoy the process. And update 2. We got another update in this house.
Updates on updates.
Updates on updates.
So many.
This house is like that one scene in Harry Potter 1 where all the letters are flying in. And it's like each letter is a new update, and Harry's grabbing them. It's like, oh my God, there's so many updates.
And then whenever you open them, they're always in order because it's magic.
Exact. Magic.
That's what we need to do for our Dono Printer V2. They're magic flying letters, and they just fly around, and then we grab
And they have
them.
our faces, and it's like, you know, when they do the Harry Potter pictures, and there's like,
Yeah.
Eddie, get on that.
yeah. Eddie, what are you doing?
Let's figure it out, guys.
Wake up.
Let's go, team.
Update. All right. Since some people are still questioning whether Anna's apology was genuine or if her brother actually wrote it for her, honestly, I don't care. What matters is that she did it. Whether she meant it or not, the responsibility for her behavior has now shifted entirely onto my brother. He vouched for her. He convinced me to let her come. And now if she does anything, the blame will be on her, not me.
Here we go.
Everyone in the family now fully understands who the real problem is, so I no longer have to stress about trying to prove anything. If she screws up, she's the one who will face the consequences, and I won't have to lift a finger. By the way, I don't want you to have to face the consequences for not listening to our podcast that's released twice every day.
You don't want to see those consequences.
The consequences will be dire if you don't go to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and listen to this podcast. You could do it while at a wedding. You could do it while at a funeral. You could do it at 4 weddings and a funeral. You could do it while looking into the eyes of a man with a middle part and glasses.
It's more to the left, but that's okay. That's you.
Go listen to the podcast. But we got a little bit more to this story. At the end of the day, I don't need her to be a friend. I don't need to trust her. And I definitely don't need to care about whether her apology was heartfelt or just damage control. Do we need to care?
I mean, I do think it is important, but I guess and I don't, they're like, oh, it's magically cured. Like, I mean, the family could still go through their stupid Olympic level logic and be like, oh, why'd you kick her out? Da, da, da. So I don't know that it like is this like magical thing that solves their problems. But to Opie's point, it does kind of very much help and alleviate. I would hope it's genuine. My goodness.
I don't think it's genuine. I think it's a bunch of baloney.
From what Opie's saying, it seems like baloney.
I think it potentially, I think the baloney potential is like fairly high.
But maybe she's been like shamed into behaving now.
Yeah. I think exactly. I think we have a behavioral shift originating from shame, but you know, sometimes that's what you got to do if you're playing the game.
Sometimes what you got to do.
What you got to do. All I care about is that she knows she's on thin ice. My brother is the one keeping her in check, and if she so much as breathes wrong at my wedding, breathes wrong. Yeah, give me a wrong breath. Yeah, that. I don't want that at my wedding. Disgusting. Yeah, that neither. Yeah, oh, yeah. Don't want.
That.
I don't want any of that.
None of that. Get out of here.
I don't want any
Get it out.
of that.
Get it out.
She's the one who will burn for it, not me.
Oh God.
So yeah, I'm done worrying about this. Whatever happens, happens, and I'll enjoy my wedding regardless. Thanks again to everyone who gave solid advice. I really appreciate it. We got some comments.
Yo.
OP, please make sure she's on the end of group wedding photos. Easier to delete when your brother sees the lights.
Oh, jeez.
OP replied, I actually laughed out loud. Good piece of advice, man. And comment to, why does someone insist so much to come to a wedding where they're not wanted? And OP replied, I think it's a matter of principles and appearance at the same time. It would look bad for my brother's couple to not be together, and she still wants to feel part of the family. Not coming, she would feel rejected also by my parents. That is where this story ends.
Whoa.
But this next story just begins.
Oh.
Because with every door closing, another one opens.
There we go, baby.
So we got another story for you, but I think OP has the right mindset. I'm not convinced this person's going to be good, but I think she may have been shamed into being good.
Yeah.
So I think there's a higher probability.
Yeah, I think so. My sister accused me of abandoning her just because I have a boyfriend.
You shouldn't date your sister.
That's true. If you love your boyfriend so much, why don't you just marry him?
Yeah.
And then cut out your sister and really abandon her.
Uh-huh.
Good advice. So to preface, I am 25 and my sister is 28. I am the youngest of 4 siblings, but the others are not important to the story. My family is close-knit but hectic. Despite this, I love them greatly and have always been grateful for everything they have sacrificed for me. By the way, this comes from the Salt Supermarket, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OKStorytime subreddit and send them in. Now, on to the mess. Until about 7 months ago, I lived with my sister for 5 years while I attended university. We are besties and have always enjoyed the same things. She sacrificed a lot for me, paying for living expenses my paycheck couldn't cover. She had her own stuff going on that is not my place to talk about, but the result was a lot of arguing. A lot of me saying yes and being a people pleaser because it was easier than trying to argue and stand up for what I wanted.
Boo.
Boo.
Say what you mean.
Stand up for yourself.
Yeah, but do it nicely.
But do it nicely.
Yeah.
Kind way.
But yeah, like
honest and kind.
Please people in the way that will really please them by telling them what you really think.
Whoa.
In a kind way. Bam.
Got him.
Hack.
There it is. So I've since grown from this and live a much better non-toxic lifestyle. During those years, I was desperate to live on my own. Despite this, I still loved and still do love my sister. I've grown exhausted from this type of relationship, though. I want a supportive sister that I could go to, and not a sister that dumps all of her problems on me because she thinks I'm her therapist or something. I graduated with my degrees and now have a full-time job in the same town with my own place, living big, ballin'.
Let's go.
We actually live in the same apartment complex, a decision that was made mostly for my mother's sake. She wanted to know that we could go to each other if there was problems we ran into, think car troubles, bill issues, things like that.
Okay.
I mean,
I think that's fine.
sure, as long as you're not like
I don't
forced
know.
to be doing
I
it.
feel like that's a little bit too close to live with family, you know.
Tell him, Sam. Tell him. Yeah, that's too close. Imagine living that close to your sister.
Imagine
Like,
living that close.
dude,
Like, that would be nuts.
it's
That would be nuts.
impossible.
I would literally never do it.
yeah.
Literally never do it.
You would never in your life. So about 4 to 5 months ago, I started dating my boyfriend.
Ooh.
We've known each other for 2 years, and I've liked him the entire time.
Ooh.
I love him so much. I know this is the man I'm going to marry kind of love. He's always by my side and just amazing. And we kept it a secret for a while, and I wasn't comfortable having it be a public thing. When I was comfortable with the idea of bringing it to my family, I called my mom first. Bad idea. I will get to why, so stay tuned. She was happy for me, and we chatted for a while about him. I asked for advice on telling my sister because she's always been kind of judgmental about my friends and past relationship interests. Also, my whole family has always been way too interested in my relationships. My mom didn't really give me any, though, so I thought hard about it and decided I'd just bring it up to the whole family at Christmas about 3 months into my relationship. I'm just gonna, just pure speculation here, but
You're seeing an ICU?
if you don't want to, if you're like skeptical of like telling your family for like the first few months, why do you think Christmas is the best place? That is like the highest stakes like introduction possible.
Yeah.
Am
Dude,
I wrong?
actually, no, you are not wrong. Christmas is crazy,
dude.
But I do think there exists a culture of like, oh, like, are you bringing home someone for Christmas? I feel like there's often like that's like that usually is the holiday in which one introduces their significant other to their family.
That is
that
true.
and Thanksgiving.
But Opie's
Actually,
like,
no, less Thanksgiving.
Opie's like, my family is hectic and it's only 3 months in.
Yeah,
Seems
I
like
don't
a
know.
recipe for disaster.
I don't know if I would do that.
Possibly.
I don't know if
Yeah.
I would do that.
It's a little early. But come Christmas, my family knew. Guess who told them? My mother. I kind of knew that this was coming. My mom yaps a lot, but even though I told her not to say anything, she still did. It made me feel so angry, betrayed, and sad. Sad that I didn't get the chance to say anything to my family first. This greatly upset my sister, though, the same sister from the title, and I didn't know until about 2 weeks ago. She asked me to help out with the presentation for class. I mentioned I'd be over shortly, and my boyfriend was currently at my place, but is perfectly capable of being alone. Just some light jokes to breach the boyfriend topic in a casual way. So she doesn't tell her I have a boyfriend. She just like throws it out
Sprinkles
there.
it.
Sprinkles it as a casual joke.
I think that's fine. I think that's fine.
What do you think, Chet?
I think the sister's gonna go banana, wana, clanas, but
You didn't tell me.
told me it wasn't official.
So I don't matter? I am just dirt? The dirt didn't know about your boyfriend and neither did I.
Worse than dirt, scum,
That's what I'm predicting.
pond scum.
Pawn scum. Again, this was a terrible thing to say, apparently, because she got really cold. And when I went over, she blew up into an argument, telling me that I've abandoned her, that I don't care about her, and never to talk with her anymore.
Wait, seriously? That is that's wild. That is so over the top.
I'm cutting off contact.
That is so over
You
the
didn't tell
top.
me. You joked about telling me your boyfriend. Cut off contact. Done. Goodbye.
Ugh.
Go away.
Drama, unnecessary drama.
That's
also too.
Pretty freaking extreme.
Yeah, that's too much.
So she went on about her problems and how it's all because of me having a boyfriend now. A pause. How the heck are her mental issues because of my life and my relationship? I don't get it either. I consoled her and apologized for not texting that much, even if it's always been like that. I care about my sister. I do. I love her a lot, but I don't want to be my sister's best friend. I have my own life. I'm trying to live and navigate. I have ambitions, aspirations that I strive for, and it's obvious that my sister is jealous of that. There are a lot of examples of this. Choose any important thing in life. My graduation, upset and crying, crabby during the photos and complaining. My senior art showcase, where I got an award, made my family late because she was self-conscious and crying, made them leave early afterwards. Me getting a full-time job, same kind of thing.
How? What? How can you get upset of someone getting a full-time job?
Because she's jealous. Because she's jealous. She's a big old jellyfish.
So you got a job and didn't even offer me one.
Yeah. You didn't even give me a cut.
Wow.
Oh my!
Here I was being a great sister all these years, and you didn't give me a freaking 15%, man.
She thinks she's being a great sister, but I think she's a sister that lacks any scruples. Scruples
so you're telling me there's
non-existent.
no scruples?
There's not a scruple in sight. I was looking. I was looking for a scruple. No scruples.
What is that?
What?
What's a scroop?
What's a scruple? You never heard of the word
No.
unscrupulous?
Don't ask him. Don't ask him that
You ever
question.
heard unscrupulous person?
No.
Tell him, Sam.
Well, an unscrupulous person is a person who has no scruples.
That's so true.
Unscrupulous means no morals, no values.
Oh, okay. There's the definition.
Yeah. LMAO, what did you find? No scruples.
That's what
That's what I
found.
found. Not a one.
Deep digging research.
Not one.
Back to my relationship, though. Not that long ago, at a birthday party for a friend, my sister kind of cons me into being the designated driver because she wants to drink. Okay, I do too. But of course, I can't say no to her or it's an issue. So I drive down the street to the party. It gets to be about 12:30, 1 a.m., and I am exhausted. I want to leave, and my sister, she ignores me. I tell her more firmly that I want to leave and that she can stay to call me or have her friend that lives across the hall from where the party was taking place to take her home. Something, you know? Anyway, more problems, more words. She is convinced that I am leaving her to walk alone at 3 a.m. because I don't give a crap about her.
I walk this lonely road, only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's only me and I walk alone.
Nice.
I walk this empty street.
We're going to get demonetized.
So, yelling and arguing in the middle of the party where neither of us know, only the host and the birthday person. I'm embarrassed and starting to cry, so I leave into the hallway, sobbing at how she was treating me. I'm in the hallway and can still hear her ranting and raving to the other people, but I don't give a crap about her, how I'm selfish, and it all started because I got a boyfriend. Oh, no, dude.
Bro.
Crashing out. Sister's crashing out.
It seems, I mean, she's probably just like built her whole maybe life around being jealous of her sister or something.
And also, I think she like depends on her as her like basically how someone depends on their like romantic partner, their husband or wife. Like she's like, okay, you're just gonna like take everything for me. Even more. And I didn't even tell her when I got a boyfriend. How I never talk to her unless I need something or to complain. But if you need something, if you need like 2,000 episodes of something,
of something special.
Oh, something goofy, something
that will just get you hot and bothered.
Do I got the gift for you? Okay, Storytime. Full episodes on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. Just search OK Storytime.
Preach it.
And it's all right there.
It's all right there.
2,000 hours of full episodes. So listen
Probably
to those.
more than 2,000 hours.
More than 2,000 hours. We have more to the story. Actually, a good bit left.
A good chunk.
But sister is absolutely crashing out, saying all of these things. I feel like we're kind of reaching an impasse here. What do we do? We are OP. What do we do?
I think what we do here, change your name, go into the hills.
Wow.
Create a new life.
Bold move.
Away from sister. Because I mean, all right, like I'm kidding about that, but the sister like knows where you live. You know, she lives in the same building.
Down the hall.
I feel like she can like really mess up your life. I think it's going to be hard to create like a barrier or boundary here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
And also, little thing I'm picking up on, but like the
She seems
mom
unstable.
was like, oh, I want you guys to live together. I feel like the whole family is kind of
Knows that
like,
she's a little crazy and she's like, oh, that's true.
I didn't even think about that, but yes.
Oh.
You deal with her.
Yeah, you deal with her.
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
If she can go and knock on OP's door, is she going to call mom and just yap her ear off for 2 hours?
That is a excellent point, my dear Watson. Yeah, dude, extremely shrewd deduction. I really do think this is an offload of the sister because she's a little wacky.
Oh yeah.
And very tacky.
Oh yeah. But there is more. It hurt hearing about how much she just hates me. I'm embarrassed because she is wasted yelling in this party of people that she doesn't know very well. I go back to see if I can get her to stop and if I'm taking her home or not. She yells at me to just effing leave.
Yeah, a little bit too much.
Too much.
A little bit too much.
So I do. I go sob in the stairwell with the party host, who's a good friend of mine. She consoles me through an awful panic attack and sob fest. That, what my sister said, was unwarranted and an awful thing to say. Time and place, you know? She talks to me about my boyfriend and calms me down enough for me to drive home and call him. Overall, it was the single most awful night of my life.
Ooh.
And it wasn't even on my own wasted self that was the cause. Come on.
Awful night of your life. That's rough.
She has yet to apologize for how she acted, and I don't think she will because I have abandoned her for my boyfriend. So, am I the a-hole? Before we get into the comments.
No, you're not the a-hole. The sister is a piece of work that, I mean, I don't know how you deal with it, but I mean, like, you got to set boundaries somehow, but
yeah, maybe
it's going to be hard. It's like, it feels like you're being offloaded.
Yeah, maybe it's just like, hey, like, I want to be in your life. Like, I love you as my sister. I do. But like, if you keep doing stuff like this, like, it's
going to be hard to have any kind of relationship with you.
It's going to be hard to want to continue with you.
Yeah. I'm not going to want to continue.
But we do have
I'm
some
going to walk a
comments.
lonely road.
Ooh.
The only one that I have ever known.
Only one.
Only one
Not two,
that
not three.
I have ever known.
Mm-hmm.
And OP's like not going to know where it goes.
Not at all.
But, you know, it's only me. And, you know, I walk alone.
You do walk alone.
Yeah. Don't know.
Well, you got us.
Don't know.
You'll never.
Don't know. Don't know.
No, don't doubt yourself. You do know.
Don't know.
You do know.
And I want to know how the story ends.
Me too.
Well, producer Riley, I got you. We got some relevant comments with commenter number 1. Why are you entertaining her crap? Stop letting her hijack your life. No is a complete sentence, and frankly, I'd block her and put her on a 6-month no contact timeout, and you need therapy to unpack why you let your family walk all over you. Boundaries are a thing. Figure them out and set them down hard. Don't let anyone, much less your mom or your sister, cross those hard boundaries.
Those rock hard boundaries.
And for the love of God, move! Put some distance between you and your sister. Living in the same complex isn't a good thing right now. Maybe try finding something closer to your work, but at least a good 30 minutes walking distance from her. You are not a child. Stop letting them treat you like one, not the a-hole. And then commenter number 2 says, do you go to her mostly to complain and when you need something? I feel like I'm missing a huge piece here. She was the selfless sister that sacrificed to give you a better life with her childhood. Now she's the devil. OP did mention that in the beginning. What am I missing? OP responds to that. I don't just go to complain. I talk to her about our favorite games and shows and all of that, just not 24/7 like how it was living with her. I think part of the change between us has been her own mental struggle too. It's not like she talks to me about that though, like how I'm still private about parts of my life. I'm not upset with her for not confiding in me, but is she upset that I don't? I don't understand what she wants from me. And then OP also says this in the comment section, a comment for everyone who has given me advice on this. Thank you so much for your kind words and tough love. I felt very much alone in this until I confided in my boyfriend about it and decided to mention it here. He is 100% by my side, and I think he would have some strong words if he'd met my sister. I'm definitely going to consider low contact with my sister.
I think that's necessary at this point.
I liked your earlier idea in another story of timeout.
Timeouts timeouts that are increasing with time. So it's like your first timeout is like a month, and then if you do something whack, then it's 2 months, then it's 4 months, then it's 8 months.
Because it kind of builds in like, hey, you have some time to like think about and, you know, come correct back to me. And it also gives you some space, and, you know, it's an elegant solution. It's an elegant solution.
All right, I'm all about that elegance.
Oh, yes, he is. You see the top of his head, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, baby. Now as for my mom, I'm not sure what to do with her. Therapy has been considered for a while regarding my family, and this situation has pushed me into it to actually find it. Fingers crossed that things will get better. If they don't, I might just have to run away with my partner. Oh no, what a terrible thought. Sarcastic, I see you, OP. And that's it.
And that's it.
And that's it.
That's freaking it.
You know?
So
I think basically just what we said, you know, have at least some sort of space and distance from a sister. She's doing too much.
I think that's it.
She's doing absolutely too much.
My cousin promised a concert ticket to my fiance, then sold it behind our backs and played victim.
How dare you, you capitalist pig.
Not for T-Swizzle.
Well, it sounds like entrepreneurship right there.
No.
Buckle up. This is a long and stupid story.
Ooh, we love those.
Me, 26 female, and my 29 female fiance, I will call her S, have been together for 5.5 years, getting married in 8 months.
Oh.
Longtime listener, first time writing in. When Taylor Swift tickets went up for sale, my 20 female cousin, I will call her D, got floor seats for $800.
Do you realize that is a steal?
How much are Swift tickets?
Bro, an arm and a leg. And I'm not even a Swiftie. I just know they're an arm and a leg. 800 is, for how many tickets, 2?
I got floor seats for 800. I don't know if it's 800 each, but I think it put it.
That's, chat, let them know.
Yeah, that sounds great.
These were the original verified fan sale tickets. By the way, this comes from Immediate Escape 936. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, at the time, my cousin was dating somebody and planned to take them. They broke up, so my cousin offered a ticket to us. They planned and bought matching outfits and texted about it for almost a full year. Then on October 17th, Doug, FaceTimes my fiance to tell her she forgot she put them on StubHub 10 months ago and sold the tickets for $8,000.
We love 100% profit. Guys.
Times the price she purchased them for through a verified fan sale.
Yo.
Profit. Just profit.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I'm telling you, that $800 was nothing.
It was unfortunate, as my cousin was one of the few lucky fans that actually got tickets at face value and then still ended up selling them for an enormous markup. But besides that, it was hard for me to believe that this was entirely an accident, as to put them up on StubHub, you would need to click I agree many times. She has said she forgot they were there and promised it was an accident, but then also said she avoided checking her StubHub because she didn't want to see if they were gone. She was never transparent with us that the tickets she had promised were on StubHub prior to all of this happening. So really quick, this guy breaks up with the girlfriend and is like, hey, I'm going to take your fiance, the cousin, right? That's what happened, right? It's still his tickets. It's like kind of lame to like promise it, but it's like still his tickets, you know?
Yeah.
And also asking a dude to be like, yeah, take my fiance or lose $8,000, like is a rough choice to have someone make.
Yeah.
Still, like dick move to not tell them.
Yes.
Of course. But I understand like that's a difficult choice to make.
And I have literally done that before where I put a ticket like on resale and completely forgot about it. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to go to this. Ticket was gone. I've literally had that happen before. So I think it is a plausible scenario.
Yeah. Especially maybe it was like you put it on and you forgot that you put it on immediately, you forgot you put it on, and then, but you have to agree to the price that
Well, for me, the one I did, it was like in the platform. So it was like one click and you're done. Right. So it was
like in the checkout.
Yeah. It was like less of a whole thing. So I don't know. But they could be lying.
Deirdre said to Sally she was going to try to repurchase tickets with the money she sold them for and would keep in touch if prices went down, and she was able to find some. Everyone was devastated, of course, but Sally said to Deirdre, I work full time. I don't have time to look for more tickets, so I'm leaving that completely in your hands. And Deirdre fully agreed and said she understood and was doing ticket researching. It's important to add, on a FaceTime call, Sally was completely crushed by this news, but did not blame Deirdre for this and wasn't angry with her. Okay, that's good.
Yep.
October 18th, my friend reached out to me that they had an extra ticket. Their partner offered up her ticket so Sally could go, and I jumped at the opportunity, paid $200 for nosebleed seats just so I knew she wouldn't be missing out on the opportunity. If Deirdre had reached out and told me she repurchased tickets and still planned to take Sally, we would have given the ticket back, as the plan was always still for Sally and Deirdre to find a way to go together. From October 17th to November 15th, Deirdre had zero communication with us, said nothing about buying more tickets, so Sally did not mention the ticket offered by my best friend to protect her feelings, and so she didn't feel bad or left out if she was never able to repurchase tickets. On November 11th, Deirdre saw an Instagram story posted by my friend who offered the ticket, tagging Sally, saying how excited she was for the concert. Deirdre texted Sally about the story, and Sally said yes, she had one ticket to go. She apologized for not telling her about it and not communicating that. Deirdre never answered her message. Then, on the day of the concert, Deirdre posted on Instagram she had repurchased more front row seats and was at the concert with her mom.
Whoa.
I think as like a F you.
I'm here with my mom, but not you. I'm front row, baby.
To be honest, I did 100% sarcastically text her and say, have fun at the concert. It was pretty obvious at this point that Deirdre was upset that Sally was now going with someone else. This caused a fight over the next 2 days later, which led to a FaceTime call that she wanted her mom to be there for, but I said no because we were all adults and don't need our moms to resolve conflicts. During the call, Deirdre demanded Sally apologize for not telling her she had purchased another ticket. She had already apologized over text before, but still apologized again on the call. Deirdre also made her apologize for not advising her of the tickets to spare her feelings, because in her mind, she is an adult and can handle her own emotions. Really quickly on that, I do think that is like a mess up on their part to not say that they purchased more tickets.
I totally agree.
It's definitely a failure of communication on both sides for sure.
Yes.
But I do think there is some failure to communicate on OP side.
Totally. You just be like, hey, we're getting this ticket, like just in case, like basically as a backup in case you don't find anything. Easy.
Yeah.
Right? You know, just to make sure. Like any reasonable person, I feel like would understand that.
Yeah. Even went as far as to say, how dare you tell me what I would and would not be upset over. Deirdre dragged about getting better seats second time around, said, I got to see Taylor Swift and still made $2,500.
Now you're rubbing it in my face.
All tickets, outfits, hotels are purchased for the show were on our mom's credit card. She spent none of her own money. I bought Sally the backup ticket. I drove us 5 hours to the concert venue. I found us last-minute place to stay because all hotels were $1,500 a night. Yikes. My poor fiance had pneumonia for 3 weeks leading up to the concert. Not overly important to the story, but important to me. And during the FaceTime call, I said that I will never understand how somebody could accidentally put front row Taylor Swift tickets on StubHub and avoid checking if they sold. Deirdre demanded I understand that she, in her own words, had no clue I put them up for sale. Nobody could agree, so it took 2 months apart, and we didn't speak. Fast forward to yesterday, I got a very long, aggressive text from Deirdre that starts with, "This is the last time I'm reaching out before I give up." She's demanding I apologize for dragging this on for so long and treating her like a child and not an equal in the situation. And if I can't apologize for my faults in this situation, then she doesn't want to continue a relationship with me. And I'm not going to want to continue a relationship with you if you don't freaking listen to our podcast that we release every weekday and weekend, multiple times a day.
Oh, no.
That you can listen while you're doing other stuff. So listen to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts by just searching OK Storytime.
Freaking do it.
We got a little bit more to this story really quick. But
Okay.
What do you think about OP's need to apologize in this situation?
I think kind of like what we were saying a minute ago, everyone's kind of done something wrong at some point in this story. And I feel like what should have been said was, hey, look, I realize I might have messed up, initially with not keeping a better track. But honestly, I was hurt when I realized that she was going without me, and that's my friend, and like this was going to be this like great thing, and like I'm hurt, and honestly, like, look, I apologize for what I would do wrong, but I do want to hear an apology from y'all as well. Like, I feel like the energy she's reaching out with is just gonna kind of lead. She's like, come apologize to me, or it's over, and we're not gonna talk to you. I feel like that's just what's gonna happen with this kind of energy.
I think, yeah, I agree. Whack energy from her side, but also a little whack energy from OP's side.
Yeah. Everyone's done something wrong in this story. Everyone kind of sucks here.
But a quote from one of her texts is, Sally got to go to the concert. If you can't see how she played just as big a part in the misunderstanding as I did, then that's on you. She neglected to tell me she had another ticket, I guess in hopes to go twice, or like she said, so she wouldn't hurt my feelings, which is stupid because I'm not a child. She is somehow bringing in that we never offered to help her pay for anything, but we never got to that stage. The tickets were sold a month before going, and if anything, I would be talking to my aunt about it, considering she was the one that spent all the money. And there are some comments, and they say, not the a-hole. It sounds like the cousin is mad your fiance didn't miss out. You did good. This is exactly how a thoughtful partner behaves, and not the a-hole. I feel like the cousin never sold her ticket and just wanted to go with her mom instead. Why list the ticket for sale in the first place if you intend on going together? Makes no sense. And Opie replied, her reasoning for selling the ticket was, I'm a nosy witch and wanted to see how much money I could get from them instead of simply checking StubHub and seeing what other people were selling their tickets for. Another reply, yeah, I highly doubt she actually sold them. Here's the thing, if she did, she wouldn't have magically gotten 2 more front row tickets for the concert for her and her mom. Even if her mom paid, they would have been astronomical. She had no intention on taking your wife. Huh. Did she send you screenshots or any real proof the tickets were sold?
I mean, so like my understanding is like when you're on the floor, it's like basically you can get right up to the stage, and then a lot of like arenas, the seats are actually like around the floor. So you're actually like way further back. So I think it is possible that the front row seats were actually like way cheaper than the floor seats.
Yeah.
And that she still like it would have been $6,500.
Yeah, no, that is true. Floor seats are way more expensive.
Yeah, so I feel like that is plausible that she still had a little left over after getting 2 front row seats.
Opie says, I do know for a fact she sold the original tickets. They were sections B1 front row floor tickets on the right side of the stage, and her second purchase tickets were directly in front of the diamond. Comment 3, this is so bizarre. I don't think anyone is blaming her for selling the tickets for $8,000. That's smart. But to then be mad that your fiance was offered the opportunity to go is childish. It seems like she was being petty and she could have gotten tickets early, but didn't really try until Sally had another option. It's a stupid fight, especially because she's acting like a child. And OP says, I hear you, AK's AK, but from the get-go, she should have communicated they were on StubHub. Comment 4, not the a-hole. You cannot accidentally put tickets for sale on StubHub. I sold tickets there at face value because scalping sucks and it takes multiple steps. And Opie replied, she claims she's a dumb butt and doesn't read any of the terms and conditions, so she had no idea what she was agreeing to. When explaining I have no clue how somebody could do that, I am now the bad guy and need to apologize for that. And comment 5, I'm so confused. Why are you entertaining this a-hole? How did she make your fiance apologize for going to the concert? Is she mad your fiance went to the concert? I think she's more mad of the lack of the communication.
And also that I think with the lack of communication, she didn't realize that she still did want to go with her, but that this was kind of like her backup option.
Yeah.
And it ended up needing to use that backup option.
Yeah. You're not the a-hole for not standing up to your wife and entertaining this nonsense. Nopi replies, my fiance apologized because she's a bigger person than her and thought giving her apology she asked for would mean we could move on. I've entertained this for the simple fact I'm defending my fiance in all of it. My cousin is pointing all blame at my fiance and I will not let her. So she is now mad at me. She's claiming my fiance had this secret extra ticket we never told her about. This is a copy-paste text from her. So yes, you're defending Sally was effing up because she effed up. I have no idea whose decision it ultimately was to not tell me about the extra ticket. Either way, neither of you took accountability for that, and this is literally what created this entire mess. Sally took accountability and apologized about 3 times for it.
That's a lot of apologies.
A lot of apologies. I don't know. I think like both. I think there's a-holery on both sides. I think there's lapses of communication on both sides. I think both sides are a little overreactive.
I think everyone's kind of the a-hole here.
Yeah, I
Everyone
agree.
kind of sucks here.
Yeah, but let us know what you think. We have bad takes sometimes, and you guys let us know. So
You took a
hit us
bad
with
take.
it.
Oh, they do.
I'm confused. Like, how do you forget about a T-Swift ticket?
I mean, John said he forgot about an event, right?
And it was a Jay-Z concert. Not going to lie. I was so sad, bro. I made like $10 on the ticket. And I'm like, I hate myself.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was very sad.
Anyway, if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow.